What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since we've been out in the garage, or the barn, rather. We're gonna start jamming on this ironhead. So if you follow the shorts, I got the wheel set put back together, brand new bearings, brand new everything, brand new chrome, brand new tires, tubes, the whole 9 yards. I was gonna take you guys around, didn't happen. Ended up taking me another day. I got some more stuff done on the kitchen, ended up doing the backsplash and all the other bits, so that's all done, and I don't do that regularly. So this has been a learning project for me, which is probably why it took so long. Also doing most of the work solo kind of sucks, but we are at the tail end of that. Kitchen is back together, functional, usable. We're good until it warms up enough to get up on the roof and start messing around with shingles for the roof vent, but minor details. Anyways, here is the ironhead as it sat. We got a 21 on here now with a dual disc front brake. That's getting replaced with a 21 with a single disc front brake. But I do want to get this wheel set rough, mocked up, mounted. I think I got one rotor for the front, or is that the rear? Yeah, single rotor for the front, full brand new Evo style caliper, sporty caliper for the rear. So we'll open up some of these. I don't know if we're gonna get to the front today just because that involves teeter-tottering on the lift. And I came up here excited to start filming videos again. I don't have any of my stuff. So I apologize about the crappy audio and the fact that most of this is probably gonna be a time lapse because I don't have audio or extra batteries. So we're working on like 37%, which is about my energy level today. That's fine. So we got brand new calipers for the front here. We got rear brake stuff here. I just want to get some of this kind of mocked up and laid out. We have brand new motor mounts in one of these boxes for the front. I'm really just focused on the rear wheel today, so I'll set you guys up just because I know battery power is short. We'll do a quick little time lapse. I'm not making the spacers today, but I want to get that at least laid out. So the next couple nights we can come out here and get the rear wheel solidified, locked down. Don't know if I ordered a sprocket. Let me dig around for a sprocket too. I should have one or two new ones floating around here as well, but that's kind of where we are at. Get this, phase 2 of this bike. First one was the hardtail. Got the hardtail done. Second part now is just gonna be assembling the roller and getting this set up and laid out close enough where it kind of looks like a permanent bike without having wheels floating back and forth like this. I know we got a bunch of spacers jammed in here, but this axle's too long. We do have a brand new axle in one of these boxes, or right here. That's the front axle. Rear axle's in that box. So we'll play around with this, try and get that rear tail end mocked up. Then we can at least get a visual and then figure out what we got in terms of spacing for oil tank and battery and all of these little other bits. This tab might be coming off. This should work perfectly with the, I mean, it's actually a very similar brake to this, but it's inverted for a Sporty since their drive line is backwards. And other than that, front end, wheels, all the front wheel stuff. We'll start with the rear, then work our way to the front and pretty much build a full roller. I will pull the front end off and re-grease the bearings before we put that front end back on. Honestly, I'll probably drop that, assemble the wheel on the ground because it's a little bit easier that way. Then I can leave this up on the scissor lift, jacked up, strapped down to the bench, pull the whole front end off. We'll throw actual grease on those bearings and kind of get that set up. Well, maybe. It's all gonna have to come apart again at the end of the day anyway, but at least get it final mocked up with proper hardware and things like that. I don't know what we're doing for bars and things like that yet, but let's get jamming on the rear. I'm killing battery power, and I'm a little motivated, at least for the back half of this. So let's see what I got in the box. Throw a new rotor on, maybe find a sprocket. Worst case, I'll use an old sprocket. That's an easy swap. I want to get the full roller done. Then it'll start turning into the welding and the fab bits, making the seat pan, figuring out the foot peg mounts and all that other stuff. So lots to do. Let's get after it. All right, new rotor. I'll at least get that on. I know I'm gonna have to put a sprocket on there too, but we haven't made the spacers yet. So slapping an axle and a wheel back on is not gonna be that much, but I do also want to see roughly what this actual chopper tire is gonna do in terms of kicking this thing up a little bit. So we'll throw 2 bolts in on the brand new rotor. two should hold just fine. I don't even know where my tools are. All right, so we're just pulling the axle out of here.
Well, I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm living free. I ain't got a nickel or dime. I'm just living life in Tennessee, and I'm trying to catch a steamboat on time. Catch a steamboat on time, and I'm just a lonesome hobo, and there's nothing in the world for me, so I best just keep on moving, cause that's the way that life's gotta be. Well, I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm living free. I ain't got a nickel or dime. I'm just living life in Tennessee, and I'm trying to catch a steamboat on time.
I know that was probably not the most exciting time lapse, but that's why you can speed it up real quick. It is now 5:45. So, this is where we're sitting, roughly. Still want to tweak this a little bit. In all honesty, this spacer setup, I ended up doing 2 shims behind this caliper, kicking it over to the left side of the frame. We can also gap this out a little bit because as of right now, and this is all rough, like I don't have bolts in this sprocket yet, so this is just kind of loosey-goosey, but we got the rear wheel up and mounted. It is substantially taller than the old one. Axle's tightened down, not centered, not true, not square. And then I just filled it with spacers that I had laying here, so I got a big, collar. It's almost like a, I don't know where these were. They came on the wheel set that I had, but these are way too long. We'll have to make some custom spacers for that. But if we look right down the center of this, we're hugging the left side quite a bit. Now, when you're building choppers, at least call me out if I'm wrong. I typically do not like running bikes set up. I know the sprocket's loose, and I know you probably can't see the front one, but it's right behind this oil line here. Let's get that out of the way. I always try and get that sprocket as straight as possible between front gear, rear gear. Wheel spacing can shift and shimmy, and I say this only working on houses the last 2 months, where nothing is square, nothing is true. Things will shift and shimmy. Not proper, but realistically, sprocket alignment will ruin your day. If it's way off, you're gonna start eating through sprockets and teeth and oil slap and chains, and it's just not gonna be fun. You still want it to look good and look proper. You're very limited, I feel like, a little bit more on an iron head too, because everything is all in one. This is one fixed unit. You can gear or shim and space these a bit, but there's not as much wiggle room as you have on a big twin. So we're roughly laying this out. Now, this sprocket does have a little bit of a dish to it. You can run different sprockets, which is kind of nice being able to play around with this. I've run these upside down before. If I flip this over, the dish is now backwards and I can cheat the wheel over a little bit farther. I'm also dealing with the frame that we're given, so it's a lot of how do we make all of this work proper. We did go to a dual flange rear, so no more iron head, drum brake, 1 sprocket rear gear ratio issue on this build. Brand new chrome caliper is dropping in here. It's got the little rubber thing, but it's brand new. It's really tight to get onto this bracket, and that's if we run the bracket from the factory. We can also weld in a bracket too if we want it to be a better fit. So we're just kind of doing quick, rough mock-ups here. I got 2 thick washers underneath this side right now. That wheel definitely still has to move over quite a bit to the right. You can see the brand new tread here. If we follow this line, we're landing right about the end of that weld on the post. We can get better than that. And honestly, I think just flipping this sprocket around would give me enough to get this centered up enough where it's gonna look completely square in the frame. But geometry-wise, I will always land the sprockets so those are in perfect alignment. That's more important than any of the aesthetics, because it's gonna get covered with a fender, oil bag, sissy bar. Do you want it perfectly square every time? Yes. Can you always do that? You can try your best. At least that's the plan. So I don't have a ton of time today, and no mic, I don't want to go too far into a video, so quick little one, short little time lapse. I am jamming on this. I will be back up here more frequently in the next coming days, weeks, months, however long this thing takes, because we got to get rolling on this. And if I hit a point where I'm running out of parts on this, I just got to finish up this mini bike and get this off the bench. This is spacers and things too. I got to weld up some brackets on a brand new coated frame, so I got to be a little bit discreet trying to clean that up and just get the hard parts done so we can put oil in it, get it fired up, get it off the bench, because I have other bikes that I need to work on too. This will be it for today. I did just want to see what this looks like with the rear wheel on there. We're still free spinning here, so let's drop this down to bench level without taking all the pressure off, because we don't need this teeter-tottering off. No more spinning. I feel like that's not bad. Definitely filled up the rear end of that frame quite a bit. Where do I put you guys? Got boxes everywhere over here. Put you up on the welding table that I got to play with the one time when we tested out that new welder. I think that looks all right. Definitely kicked the ass end up like I was hoping for, which is good. Filled out that space quite a bit more. The front's gonna kick it up a tiny bit. Well, the front shouldn't change the height too much. It's a Speedmaster on the front already. That new tire is not much taller than this one, but the rear, I mean, it's crazy how much of a difference the rear tire makes height-wise. Both are touching. We picked up another inch and a half. So that helps. So that's where we're at. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I know it's been a long time. I feel bad. I apologize if you guys have been waiting to figure out what the hell I'm doing and what I'm working on. There's a million things to do up here, especially after taking time off. So I'm a little overwhelmed coming back up here. Also ill prepared. No mics, no anything else. So bear with the crappy audio on this one. I'll bring my batteries back and mics, and we'll be back to normal scheduled programming. That's not scheduled, but I'll take that a little bit at a time. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to invest like multiple hours and jam on this, but this got us close, and honestly, spacer wise, I can start taking some rough measurements. We'll be cutting our own spacers for this to clean that up instead of having this hodgepodge of pieces, but I want to get it a little bit closer, so we'll ditch one of these, shift it over, see how many shims I need, take some rough measurements, and then we'll fire up the mini lathe and finish that. But rear wheels first. Gotta get the rear wheel completely locked down before we start trying to think about fabbing up oil tank mounts, fender mounts, all that other stuff. The front, I know we're gonna have it done and set up as a roller just because it looks pretty while it's sitting up on the bench, but that's a little bit less important. I have a rough visual here. Not too much is changing. 21 wheel, 21 wheel, 21 tire, 21 tire, obviously. Not that much will change on the front end of this other than handlebars and making it a little easier to roll around, and we're nowhere near rolling around yet. So get the rear locked in, and then we can start doing all the fun bits that involve cutting and welding and throwing sparks and fabrication that takes forever. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I feel good to be back in the barn. Hopefully didn't scare any of you away when I started posting house videos. I will do a walk around at some point if you're not scared, because now it's all done minus 2 pieces. I'm waiting on 2 pieces from the cabinet company for scribe molding to finish some detailed decorative stuff. But back up and running and functional. Daddy's thrilled. I'm thrilled. And that's it. So I'm rambling. We'll catch you on the next one.